Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Shalom, Boaz here. As we know, there's a great awakening taking place, and I've been recently watching the docu-series from Truth Unedited, and he's doing an excellent job showing factual, visual evidence that the Hebrew people have been scattered to the four corners of the earth, and they're still there. They're in India, they're in Asia, they're in the Caribbean, they're in parts of Africa. They're all over the place, and he is doing an excellent job of exposing the fact that Yah's chosen people have been scattered to the four corners of the earth, and only Yah is going to gather these people. But what I wanted to talk about was people that are claiming to be Israelites, but they only are attracted to the religious aspect of it. And I'm going to explain what that means. Have you ever met a person that said that they went to jail, they went through something traumatic or whatever, and they turned around and they said, you know what, I'm a Muslim now. But they still eat pork, they still smoke cigarettes, they still do all of the things that they do, but they were attracted to aspects of the Nation of Islam, and they said, hey, they went to jail or prison or whatever, and they became a Muslim. Or have you ever met a woman? Because I've personally known people like this. A woman that turned around and said, you know what, I'm a Buddhist now. And she practiced the religion of Buddhism or Taoism. You see it happening. It's happened in the past, and I've seen it happen time and time again. Friends, women, brothers I've known, even family members that I've known. And what is the difference between these people and the actual, excuse me, the actual people that are culturally Muslim, that are culturally Buddhist? The difference between those people and the people who are making the conversion is that they like the religious aspects or certain cultural aspects of that religion, but they never make the actual true conversion. And I've experienced this. I said, well, if you want to be a Taoist or Buddhist, why don't you go over there with the Buddhists and live with the Buddhists and be a Buddhist, if that's what you're claiming that you want to be. Or I can't. No, you can't. Of course you can. Of course you can. You can get up. If you really want to truly be a Buddhist, why don't you go over there and become a Buddhist? Why don't you go ahead and do that? If you truly want to be a member of the Nation of Islam, why don't you go and pack your shit and go and live with them and assimilate into the culture? And the reason why is because they want to keep whatever aspects of their base life or their main aspect of their main culture, meaning the way they live, the way they operate, the way they interact, the way they marry, everything about that. They want to keep that aspect, but then assimilate into the certain or the aura of the religious aspect of the religion that they claim to admire or have converted to. You see what they're doing? They're not making any real conversion. They're just adopting some of the aspects of being in that religion to their personal way of life because they feel that as though it is valuable. This whore turned Muslim, Brittany Renner. Now all of a sudden she's a Muslim and she's putting on the garb. But has she really converted to being a Muslim? Because after all, if you've converted to something, wouldn't you want to assimilate into that culture? And then see, this is the same problem that we're having with the Israelite movement. You have a lot of brothers and a lot of sisters that like the aspect of the Israelites, but they will not assimilate into the culture. They will not assimilate into the cultural norms. They will not convert their mind to the actual being of an Israelite. What they'll do is they'll read the scriptures, or they may even put on a head wrap, or you see this happening all the time. Just like the Muslims, or just like a brother that says he's a Muslim but still eats pork, or just like a woman that says that she's a Buddhist now but still hang around. She don't hang around no Buddhists. She don't hang around no Buddhists at all. She don't. As a matter of fact, she don't even know another Buddhist. She don't even go down to the Buddhist temple. She just reads the Buddhist book, watch some Buddhist YouTube videos, and that's the extent of her conversion. You see the problem that was taking place? Or they won't hang around the Muslims. They'll hang around their Gentile people. They'll hang around what they've always been accustomed to hanging around, but they will not go and assimilate themselves into the culture. And again, this is what we're having. This is the main problem that we're having. We're having people that say that they're Israelites. They'll say shalom, but they will reject the vast majority of the cultural norms of our people. They'll reject it flat out. They will not convert, nor will they associate on any meaningful level with other Israelites that claim or that actually live the culture. You see the difference? You see the problem? They're no different from the Brittany Renners or the dude that went to prison and became a Israelite. They're no different functionally. They're no different at all. They are the actual, factual, same kind of thoughts. Because after all, if you're going to convert, if you're going to call you something, you would think that you would want to assimilate and actually be that individual functionally, right? You would actually interject yourself into the culture, not the religious aspects, but the culture. And this is always the $1,000 question. The difference between an Israelite that believes in the Messiah is that they have received or want to receive the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And see, this is what you don't have by and far. You have a lot of people that are just interested or attracted to the certain cultural aspects, but for the vast majority of it, they don't want to have anything to do with it, and thereby making them just people that's just practicing religion. That's all it is. It's just a whole bunch of religion. Which one are you? Which one are you? Are you a Muslim in word but not in function? Are you a Buddhist or a Taoist in word, not in function? Or are you an Israelite in word but not in function? That makes you a religious person. And the scriptures, that Bible, don't talk about religion. It talks about a culture. It talks about a people. It talks about a way of life. It talks about salvation. And it has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with any of these things that people claim. It's about a total conversion and a receiving into a people, their norms, their cultural values, their feasts, everything. Don't believe the hype, folks, because the sad reality is that the vast majority of these people, they're nothing but religious Israelites in name only, but not in function.